Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm gonna build a recipe to make a mango Mosaic milkshake IPA. So I love milkshake IPAs. When they get a little too vanilla-y, they weird me out a bit, but I really love the super fruity ones, and mango's my favorite fruit, but I'm allergic to it. So I can't eat it because if I touch the skin, I break out in hives. Really fun. Found that out in college. And so the nice thing is I can still consume the fruit. So if it's pre-processed, it's easy. So I have 3 of these 14-ounce mango pulp bags, and this is just like mango puree. It's basically juice at this rate. So I'm gonna put that in the dry hop, and I'm gonna put all 42 ounces in the dry hop, so hopefully it's super mango-y. I'm also gonna put a touch of vanilla. I don't love vanilla, but it does help bring a ton of sweetness to milkshake IPAs. I've got my White Labs West Coast Haze starter happening. It's all ready to go. And doing Lupo Max Mosaic cryo hops by Yakima Valley, and they're 17.5% alpha acid. So let's get into it. I'm gonna just start by making a new recipe. I'm gonna call this just the Mosaic Mango Milkshake. I'm gonna change my equipment profile first. We're gonna do brew in a bag. I'm gonna change my efficiency to 75%. Alrighty, so this is a no sparge profile. Style, I don't know if a milkshake is a style, but we can do like a hazy IPA. Juicy or hazy, India Pale Ale. We're gonna make this a double because someone challenged me to do so. So this is gonna be above 8%. So just adding the juicy or hazy Imperial or double IPA. So we need to hit an original gravity of above 1.07, and final gravity is gonna be pretty high. We're gonna mash this one higher. So when you mash higher, you actually create less fermentable sugars than say you were to mash lower. So we're gonna do it probably around the 155 range as our actual mash temperature, and our strike temperature, I think I'm gonna do probably around 162 or something. And that should end up giving us more sweetness in the back end because the yeast won't be able to eat all the unfermentable sugars. So I did look at this yeast blend, and apparently it has something in it that allows it to eat some unfermentable sugars. So that's fine. We're also gonna add some lactose to it. So lactose will sweeten the back end. Lactose is totally an unfermentable sugar. You just don't like it. So this is, if you want a sweet beer, add some lactose, it'll help. I opened up the Beer and Brewing Got Milk Examining Hazy IPA article. So this is all about making a milkshake IPA and what they are and whatever. I'll link to it below. I'll also link to all the stuff I mentioned below. This Goya stuff you can usually get at any grocery store, just in the freezer section. This smells like it was opened. Good thing it was frozen. Anyway, so they have some guidelines on how to make a milkshake. They just suggest to mash high. We also are gonna do some water adjustments. We're gonna use my LA tap water, so let's just get into that. And we're only using LA tap water because when I was running errands and buying mango this morning, I forgot to buy water. So, why am I blanking on how to add water? Oh, we can't add water until we add our fermentables. Okay, so the suggestion on how to choose your malt is actually, they suggest using a 2-row. I also have a super sneaky hint from a friend who spoke to Insurrection Ale Works. So I have kind of their grist breakdown. of what they suggest to use for a hazy. So they use Pilsner, but I'm gonna stick to 2-row just because I don't really know how this is gonna go, so may as well stick to what you know. They use 10% wheat, 10% unmalted wheat, 9% flaked oats, 4.5% flaked barley, 4.5% flaked wheat, and 1% Cara, 20. So, and they also do a 2-to-1 chloride to sulfate ratio. So based on that, I want to add a bunch of those flaked things. So we're gonna add some oatmeal, we're gonna add some flaked wheat, and we're gonna add some flaked barley. And I'm also, to get like a nice orange color, I'm gonna add probably a little more than 1% of the caramel. And I gotta see which kind of caramels I've got. I'm just gonna use kind of whatever I have up to a point where I like the color that it's estimating it's gonna give. So I think I'm gonna just start by adding our 2-row. So let's just start with 12 pounds. That should get us hopefully somewhere. That only gets us to 4.9%. How? Oh, we have a larger, oh, I need to change my batch my batch volume to 5.5 gallons. Okay, so that got us to about 6%. So let's add, let's add 2 pounds of white wheat. Let me see if I have white wheat. So it looks like I'm out of typical malted white wheat, but I do have some raw white wheat. So I'm just gonna see it approximately how much I have of this, and we can add this. So we've got 1.5 pounds of raw white wheat, so I'm gonna add that instead. This is not good for your mill. I suggest if you go to a homebrew store, mill it there. To 1.5 pounds, save. All right, so we're at 6.7%. Let's add our flaked oats. I'm gonna add the same amount of flaked oats, barley, and wheat. Let's see what 1 pound does. So 1 pound is 6.9%. All right, so if we do 1 pound of each, we get 6%. I'm comfortable with that. And then we've got our 9% of raw white wheat and 12 pounds of 2-row. So let me just see what caramel malt I have. All right, so I've got some caramel 10. That's perfect for this. Just enough to add a little bit of color. So let's start with a 1/4 pound. I think that'll give us a nice color. It's kind of the color of a mango, actually. So we've got all our fermentables in. Oh, I wonder if mango puree is in here. Mango puree! Okay, so I've got 42 ounces. That's gonna bump us up like 5% or 0.5%. I don't know if I can change where use. Cool, I didn't realize you could do this. Secondary. Okay. So hops, we're gonna do only late additions. So I'm gonna put some in at 10. I gotta add Mosaic, Lupo Max, and we're going 17.5%. So let's just do 1 ounce at 10. That gives us 17 IBU. Let's change that to 2 ounces at 10. You're supposed to like really hop these guys, but then they also suggest that you go for a lower IBU by adding just a lot of late addition hops. So I'm gonna do that at 10. I'm gonna do 1 ounce at 5. So that got us to, oh, that's 60. So that got us to 43 IBU. And then I'm gonna add some to a hop stand. I got this new thing called, it's called the Hangover. So I haven't tested this yet, just because you have to use a pump with it, and I hate running an extension cord outside. But this basically is a whirlpool attachment that you can hook onto any kettle. So I'm gonna try to test this and do a whirlpool with it today. And then the same company made a counterflow chiller that I'm gonna test today too. So we're definitely gonna add some to our hop stand or whirlpool. I can actually say it's a whirlpool this time because we're gonna whirlpool it. So 17.5% Mosaic Lupomax. And let's do 2 ounce in a 10-minute hop stand at, let's say 190, because I don't want to run the chiller before I run that, because then it's like taking a hose off the chiller, putting it on this thing, and then da-da-da-da-da. So that gets us 72 IBU. I'm also gonna do a dry hop. So I'm gonna do a dry hop during fermentation, but not like immediately. I'm gonna do it probably like 5 days in, and then that's the only one I'm gonna do. I hate double dry hopping. But I'm gonna throw in the mango with that dry hop. This mango that's probably leaking all over my table. And I'll do 3 ounces in that. So much for having Lupomax. I'm gonna use it like all in this batch. So, Mosaic Lupomax at day 5. Okay, so yeast, I know what I have. It's the West Coast Haze, or the Coastal Haze. Coastal Haze? Anytime someone says coast, I just assume West Coast. So, okay. I just leave it at 1 package even though I made a starter. All right, so let's do our water. Our water pH is supposed to be 5.8. I have a feeling it's gonna work out. So, I feel like they changed this menu. Okay, so we're gonna do 7 gallons of mash water as per the usual. Actually, I'm gonna do 7.5 just because we have so much grain going in. So the source is LA water with pure filter. And our target profile, we're gonna go style and then try to find a IPA. Imperial IPA? Or is there Hazy? There should be a Hazy, right? Or juicy? Okay, so let's see if there's a target profile that'll suit us better. Let's just do the hoppy Nipa. I think that usually gets us 2 to 1. Okay. Yeah, that's about 2 to 1. Okay. Save adjustment, and mash profile we're gonna change. I'm still gonna do it for 45 minutes, but we're gonna do it at 155. Vanilla extract is not showing up. Whatever. This is just like what I had in my cabinet. It's just Spice Island's general brand. And I'm gonna add 1/2 ounce. I don't want this to be overly vanilla-y. I just want it to add to the sweetness of it. So I'm just gonna throw it in the dry hop with the mango and everything. For lactose, I've got a little less than 1 pound, but I think I'm only gonna add 1/2 pound to it. I'm gonna just put it in the boil. I'm gonna put it in before the boil actually, because if you put powder in a boil, it can explode a little bit. So just be advised. Okay, that looks like it's it. All right, so I'm gonna get ready to brew. I will see you guys for the brew day. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe. If you guys want to get all my videos early, get ad-free videos, merch, monthly happy hours, go ahead and join my Patreon above. And I want to thank my newest patron, Tony Green. Thanks so much for your support. I'll see you guys next time. Hi, what's up?
Is this a new can?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
You're recording?
No, I'm just talking to myself in here.
I can't hear you.
Oh, I thought you could.